I took my newborn girl and went to my dad's house because my husband and his aunt didn't save me any food for supper. So, I just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and I was literally starving, like actually starving. I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast because I was dealing with the baby all day while my husband Mark was at work. His Aunt Susan had been staying with us for the past week to help with the baby, but honestly, she was just getting in the way and making everything harder. Anyway, Mark texted me around 4 o'clock saying his aunt was making her famous baked ziti for supper, and I got so excited because I was literally about to pass out from hunger. I'd been breastfeeding all day and had zero energy to cook anything. The baby was finally napping, so I decided to take a quick shower since I hadn't had one in like 2 days. When I got out of the shower, I could smell the most amazing food coming from the kitchen. My stomach was literally growling so loud I thought it might wake up the baby. I walked downstairs expecting to see the table set for supper, but instead I see Mark and his aunt sitting at the table with completely empty plates, just casually chatting like nothing happened. I looked around confused and asked where my plate was. Susan looked at me with this fake sweet smile and said, "Oh honey, we thought you were sleeping so we went ahead and ate. There's some crackers in the pantry if you're hungry." I just stared at her like she was speaking a foreign language. Mark didn't even look up from his phone. He just shrugged and said, "Aunt made enough for 2 people. We figured you'd grab something later." I looked at the stove and there wasn't even a single leftover piece of meat or noodle. They had literally eaten everything and left me nothing. I asked if they could at least save me some next time since I'm literally feeding their grandniece with my body and haven't eaten a real meal all day. Susan laughed and said, "Well, maybe if you planned better, you wouldn't be in this situation. When I had babies, I always made sure I ate before anyone else." That's when I completely lost it. I went upstairs, packed a bag for me and the baby, and drove straight to my dad's house. My dad took one look at me and immediately started making me a sandwich while asking what happened. When I told him, he was furious. He called Mark and absolutely tore into him. He told him that he was supposed to be taking care of his wife who just pushed out his child, not letting his auntie starve me while I'm trying to recover. He said if he couldn't figure out how to feed his own family, then maybe he wasn't ready to be a father. Mark showed up at my dad's house the next morning with flowers and coffee begging me to come home. He said he talked to his aunt and she agreed to leave that day. He promised it would never happen again and that he would start cooking supper every night until I was feeling better. But honestly, the damage was already done. Like, who lets their wife starve 3 weeks after having a baby? My dad said I could stay as long as I needed, and I'm seriously considering it. The baby and I are way better taken care of here anyway.